Love it. Lock it in. If you're new here, hi, my name is Miss Megan Robinson, and today I'm going to take you through and show you how I wear my favorite base products of 2023. A lot of these haven't changed from like the best of last year and like my makeup favorites, but this is a big deal. I have been using Face and Body and Studio Tech for probably 10 years. I'm officially putting Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, which it is coming to Canada. They announced it yesterday. So you will be able to get this. This is one of the most beautiful products I've ever used. And then the Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. I tan my body. I don't tan my face. So I do wear a lighter color and then I build my lightness forward. I like mixing them. Oh, that's gonna be 50-50 today. But generally I like more of the Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. It's everything I've ever wanted. I love to have silver. And I find that sometimes pearl stuff can not look like the correct tone. And this gives me that perfect pearly glow that I feel like I've been after forever. I like it better than Flawless Filter. I like it better than e.l.f. Halo. What was that called? Halo Glow? I don't know. They killed it. Killed it with this one. I've tried multiple shades too. And I still like Light 4 the best. I'm going with a little extra on my cheek. It's so beautiful. This has been on my list forever. This is the Soft Matte Foundation Stick in NC60. I have, I think, 4 more left. This is literally at the end. And I will love this forever. It's definitely the tone of this particular NC60 that I enjoy, and I like the soft matte finish to it. But I also really enjoyed the I've always loved the contour palette from Pro. That's what I could probably go to next. Snuck in just at the end, the Liss or LYS stick. The NC60 in the winter is a bit much for me, but I equally don't care. And I stopped wearing primer on my whole face because the Hyper Balm with the foundation is just so balanced that I don't need primer to help make it last or look a certain way. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of this one too. It's just a little bit softer and slightly more gray. You know what this could actually replace for me, even though it's not the same tone? It's the NC38 that I used to put down first. That was like a peanut butter color. I feel like it buffed out to something kind of similar to this. It just really is a very smooth texture. And I also like to go under my lip. For my cream blush, I could not stop using this. Blush Please Glow Play Blush. I put on probably every single day as my base color. I started using Totally Synced a lot as well. I came up with like some combos that I really enjoyed, but Blush Please was the vibe. Especially when I started wearing more gray, cool toned colors, and I found with Blush Please, because on me it reads still quite cool, it just was the perfect match. I would be nothing without this primer. I've talked about this primer multiple times. I love this primer so much, and even though I don't need it on my face, I said, Miss Megan, you must figure out a way to incorporate it into your makeup. So this is now my under eye prep, because I found it's actually the most, because it sits on the surface, it doesn't absorb like an eye cream would. This has helped me the most with my concealer looking as smooth as possible. Like, your concealer is always going to crease. Anybody that tells you otherwise is untrustworthy. It's just the hydration level it gives, the smoothness that it gives. Lip primer worked really well on me too, because that's a trick that I've talked about before. but this is superior. The Prep and Prime highlight pens, this again, a product I've been using for a decade. This is in Bright Forecast, so more of my color correcting shade. They're lighter than concealer and they reflect light. So they're from the priming category. So they work really well with your concealer if you need to color correct or highlight. And I like fluffy brushes. I usually use a bigger one, but now that I have this, it's fine. Like, that looks nice on its own. I like to have coverage under my eye as opposed to the whole face. The Haus Labs concealer stole my heart. I have been a Shape Tape girly forever, but I bought this in September and it's one of the best concealers I've ever used. I don't know what it is. I guess because it's skincare based as well. It just has that kind of butteriness to it. And I'll use this for my coverage bits in the center part of the face. I don't really believe, I was watching a couple TikToks the other day. I don't really believe in, I need a bigger brush. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but I don't really believe in makeup needing to last. Like, I wouldn't write a product off because it doesn't last. Because to me, especially if you wear a lot of different makeup and you layer a lot of things, you can layer in such a way or pair things in such a way that it lasts long. I can totally understand if it's like, I don't wear anything, I just wear concealer, so I need it to last on its own, okay? But for me, when I'm doing so many steps, or if you wear a full face of makeup, longevity shouldn't really be a concern in how the product operates on its own when you're incorporating it with other things. So for me, it usually comes down to texture being the reason why I really love something. My holy fucking grail. Love it, lock it in. I use less Fix Plus now only because there's so much hydration in the Strawberry Dewy Skin Tint, Studio Serum Foundation, and then the Haus Labs Concealer that I don't really need to use as much Fix Plus in my layering process. However, I will never stop using it. So for bronzer, it's kind of a toss-up. I use the C8 Studio Fix powder the most this year, but when I needed like a little bit more shape, I still went in with Santa Barbara, still one of my favorites. And then when I was wearing like no makeup, the Light Level 3 from Haus Labs. So that I refuse to pick between them, but I'm gonna use maybe 2 of them today. I'm gonna use C8. The reason I like Studio Fix and C8 in particular, which I've been using for a really long time, is because it's so olivey yellow, and I don't like when bronzers look, I don't think anybody likes bronzers when they look super, super orange. But for my skin tone, it's really, really great, especially in the summer. Go back in with a little bit of blush, please. And then I feel like I started using this one in the summer. I have Hyperreal everywhere. The Elizabeth Arden Skin Caring Concealer, so there's a theme here. This replaced my Studio Fix concealer, which I still really love, but in terms of using this one as a highlight concealer, it's so good, and it mixes. I've never really had too many issues with different formulas like not mixing well in my routine. And you're probably like, Megan, but you just put that product down in the same place. It's different. Just like if you were painting, you usually start with like the undertone of, like if you're painting a portrait, you start with the undertone of it and you build your depth and highlights back in. It's the same concept. I feel like I look really pale on camera, but I don't know if that's the truth or not. Did I put it under my eye? Another thing on my list that has not changed, Global Glow Mineralized Skin Finish, like a sweet kiss from a man. This is my bronzer topper. This gives more radiance and glow and bronziness and sun-kissed. It just like wraps and hugs the face so well. And looking at it, this has that kind of silvery pigment that I like. I love silver. Silver and gray are my favorite. So you see how that we're just like a sweet kiss from a man. That's how my skin looks. Not the product, but this color snuck in at the end. I think on my list last year, there was the Melt Cream Blushes. Cali Dreamin' or Cali Dream or something like that was my favorite. It was like a peachy color. And Pink Sand was really nice too. This is Honey Thief. This is my like replacement for Prism. Also really got into pink blush. Into the pink. When that product popped off, I used to like Fairly Precious. That kind of turned me and I realized that I really love pink blush. This is like neutral pink. Yeah. Love it, lock it in. My hair looks really good because I haven't slept on it and I washed it. Also, look at my shirt. This powder, this is the Mob Beauty Translucent Setting Powder. Instantly replaced my Dermablend one. It's talc free, so they used mica to make it. So it has that like radiant satin finish, but it's not thick. Like it just looks so beautiful. I generally don't leave this step just like on its own, but I totally could. Yeah, it's just, and if you never heard of Mob Beauty before, the package, everything turns to dirt. As soon as I put that down, I wipe it away. Love it, lock it in. I'm particular about a lot of things on my face. Glaze Skin Sheer Finishing Powder from Melt is basically like a replacement for like Next to Nothing and Studio Sculpt powder. I just love the texture it leaves. I like my makeup to look worn in. Some people don't get it, and if you don't get it, that's fine. I want to look glazy. I want to look shiny. And this just does that perfectly. Like it's already worn in on the face. Really hard because I was like, there's so many things that I do like, or so many shades that I like. But I was like, nope, narrow it down to the stuff that you actually grabbed, or like the stuff that I packed on any trips that I took where I had to have it. Ugh. And then of course, under the eye, Studio Fix powder in C2. So I basically set those layers of concealer and then I went in for texture and color. Yes, I used 3 powders, that might be confusing, but basically the Mob Beauty loose powder kind of set the concealers. Then I went back in to change the texture to what I wanted to see under the eye. So the Skin Finish Glaze one was to give it that kind of sweaty, dewy look as it wears throughout the day. And then the C2 is to add a little bit more coverage and brightness under the eye. I'm gonna do my brows really quickly. I lay my brows down flat, do my eyes, do my skin, and then color my brows in. And then I kind of stopped wearing highlight, but I just want to show one product. Previous years was the Let It Glow Frosted Fireworks highlight. Mob Beauty did Suspended Sparkle Balm. So it was a skincare balm that's baked with mica in it. So it's plastic free. And it's literally like Reflex Pearl. Remember Reflex Pearl glitter? Like on crack, but like baked into a balm. It melts into your skin. And I just don't feel like wearing it today. Do I? Oh my God, fuck it. It's so crazy. So like, yes, it can look intense like that, but because it's a baked skincare balm, you can kind of keep tapping it in and it'll just it'll like settle into the foundation. And I just fucking love Mob. They're definitely like a discovery that I'm so happy about. So it's there, but it's not super crazy. But it can be crazy if you want it to. I love highlight on my nose. Okay, one more thing. Again, I was really into pink on my cheek. These were 2 other things that I started using. This is the Fetish. Oh my God, mixed with the Sparkle Balm. The Fetish Sex Foil, like liquid highlighter from Melt. And then this is Show Gold from MAC. So it's a little bit more, like it reflects similar to this. So I was layering this on top of like different blush combos and just living my best life. And then Fix Plus Stay Over for the final Love It, Lock It In. Something else that I would always pull out occasionally if I needed it. I've been using this one forever. I have a backup. I've said this multiple times. I just don't want to open it because to me there's so much product that's still in there. I'll go along the bottom and I'll just go into the hollow of the cheek. That is it. Those are my 2023, I know it's a little bit late, my 2023 best of base products. These are the ones that I picked up nearly every single day. If not, I would just like add more things that I like. I would say 80% of that list is from the previous years. I like what I like. I don't want to change. And then there were some gems that I discovered along the way. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you don't already, make sure that you follow me on TikTok. That's where all the chaos is. I'm on Instagram as well. You might have trouble searching me. I don't know what I did to the settings. I'm under the same name, at Miss Megan Robinson. You can book me on Cameo if you want a one-on-one or makeup advice video. You want me to hype you up, like whatever you want, I can do it on Cameo. And then soon I will be offering Zoom lessons as well. They will be extremely limited. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what your favorite base products of 2023 were. If you want to see more of me, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. And if you like this eye look, it is over on TikTok. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.